Well, good morning, good morning. We are gathering for coffee with Kat. Oh, there we are. We're up on Facebook. That's good news. That means we're up on YouTube. We're going to gong ourselves in about a minute and a half. Let me know where you are. Good morning, good morning. There's the Casper. I got my coffee. Hope you have your tableside beverage that you like to have this morning while we spend 20 minutes together, seeing how we can bring more light, more love, more truth, more wisdom, more peace, more poise, more power, more grace, more beauty into the universe. That's right. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Let me know where you are. Good to see you this morning. Hey, good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Pam. Nice to see you this morning. That's Santa Rosa and Oregon we got so far. And there comes Idaho. There's the Knowles. Hey, Knowles, nice to see you this morning. There's Albuquerque. Nice to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Pam, for sharing your poem. I'm going to enjoy it later today. I printed it out. Good morning, Mark and Kai from Atascadero, California. That's lovely. Good to see you all this morning. So we got Oregon, Idaho, New Mexico, California. Very cool. Good. And there's Hollywood, beautiful, glamorous Hollywood. There's the Reverend Trish joining us this morning. Good to see you. We are glad we are all here. And there it is. It's gong-in time. Here we go. Happy Valentine's Day. So, a lot going on. There's that, but good to see you guys. All right, everybody take a deep breath in. We're going to take that breath in and let out the sound ah and relax the shoulders. Ready? Big deep breath in. As we bring our attention to our heart center, let's send our love to Turkey and Syria and all of those souls who have made their transition and are readjusting into a new level of awareness. Peace, peace, peace. We're learning unity consciousness. The world is waking up, and we're gathering here as light workers to bring more light, more love, more truth, more wisdom, more peace, more poise, more balance, more harmony into the world through the I am consciousness that each one of us is. I am that. One more big deep breath in. Relax in the shoulders, energy in the heart center, letting that vibration that is our unique self harmonize with our true and eternal nature, that I am that I am. I came from the light. I put on a coat of skins, I shall return to the light, and I came with mission and purpose, and all is well. Aloha from Honolulu, nice to see you this morning. From British Columbia, nice to see you this morning. How wonderful to have everybody gathered. So here's where we are right now in the world. I had a thing, I got a thing going on. Trying to get it straightened out, and it happens over time. When you're around for a while, you get connections and things, and people change and things shift, and I'm working on getting it balanced and straightened out. And you just have to keep knowing when you're facing something like that, that I am presence within you knows what to do and how to do it, and is doing it right now. And it's doing it gently through you. And I love that expression, overthinking a problem doesn't make it go away, right? Knowing that there's a solution, stepping toward the solution, always knowing the answer is coming, having faith in that answer coming, that's how we move. So a couple things. Right now it's Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day. What we as light workers know is there's different kinds of love. Good morning, good morning. Nice to see you this morning. Lou has just joined us, I believe, from the Burbank zone. Nice to see you. What we know is there's different kinds of love. And what we're interested in, not that romantic love isn't lovely, not that personal love isn't lovely, yet we are interested in expanding the awareness of high spiritual love. And high spiritual love is born of the idea of unity consciousness, that we are all one, that everything is interrelated and interconnected, that we all emerge from the one out of love, that which is the father-mother, that which is the masculine-feminine principle, that which is isness, birthed us out of love for itself, because we are what it is. I am what it is, and you are what it is. And we then wake up to the fact that we were born in the light, as the light, with the light, and that we are now using that light consciously, here's the fun words, consciously through our consciousness, yes? Now your consciousness, everyone's consciousness, we all know this, is the sum total of everything you've ever thought, said, done, and felt that creates your consciousness. So consequently, good morning from Palm Desert. Nice to see you this morning. Thank you, Candace. What we know is that since everything I think, say, do, and feel, including that which is the repetitive thought of my subconscious mind, is creating my experience, that what I'm doing with my conscious mind makes a huge difference in my life, right? So we are trying to be that place where we have a reverence. We had a little break there. Somebody calling from New York doesn't know that we're busy doing Coffee with Casper. But we're on, we're live, we're moving, all is well. Hello from Arizona, right? We got folks coming in from all over. So, here's what the simple thing, and this is what we're going to focus on today. As loving beings, we're going to practice the reverence for all life. The reverence for all life. And we're going to see it in nature. We're going to see it in our four-legged friends, our two-legged friends, our human friends, and knowing that even those, what was that? Walt Whitman says, I never met a stranger who wasn't really my friend, right? We begin to work in a new way with this reverence for life and our consciousness. And it is now, here's where we're going today, it is now and has always been my expanding conscious awareness that brings me a greater good. It is now, and it has always been, my expanding conscious awareness that brings me a greater good. So here we're gathering with Lightworkers. This is Coffee with Casper. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. We're glad you're here. We're gathering from states all over the United States, from other countries, Elizabeth from Norway, and our friends from the UK, and our friends from Canada. We are simply gathering as one awareness of the unity of all life, and we're bringing that awareness through a reverence through all life to the world, to where we are kinetic in the world, touching and feeling and making contact with other people, yes? With other beings. So we spread the light by allowing the light within us to shine and allowing it to grow forth. Now, we look at the tragedies in the world, including the biggest tragedy in the world, as we know, is humans' inhumanity to itself. The second one is when what seems like natural events take place and major shifts happen. I mean, my goodness, tens of thousands of people out of a natural event on the earth have made their transition. And now everybody left behind is in the sorrow and the loss and the grief. And then here comes Valentine's Day, and in this country we had the big Super Bowl celebration, and we wonder why in the midst of all these challenges it's okay to take a breath. And the answer is, it's okay to take a breath because that holy breath is the pathway to the greater good for yourself and for everyone else. Let me say that again. The holy breath that you are taking is the pathway to your greater good. Now, as I mentioned, I was working on this circumstance, and a piece of data arrived that made it even more complicated than it already was. And the first thing that came to my mind was the words from the poem from Robert Frost called Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening. And the end of that poem, I'm going to share the whole poem with you, but the end of that poem is, the woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. So when we're taking a holy breath, when we're pausing to simply enjoy the moment, to appreciate nature, to calm ourselves, to bring peace and love into our heart, that we may be an instrument through which peace and love is moving in the world, to bring our awareness to strangers and to those who are supporting us in our codependency and working together on the planet. Everyone from your dry cleaner to your grocery clerk to your gas station servers, to your mechanics, to your service writers, to everybody who helps you, plumbers, you name it. It's necessary to depend on other people. And the more we bring the light of love to all of those people, no matter what level they are in relationship, and we bring that light of love through carrying high spiritual love into the world with us, yes? Right? And Sherry from Oregon says, one of my favorite poems, yes. We're carrying that light of the world in, and it's okay to pause and take that breath and to move into appreciation and to move into gratitude and to move into love. I mean, here it is, Valentine's Day. I think, of course, of my beloved wife, and then of course of my beautiful children, and then the grandchildren, and then all of my friends, and the waves of love, and our connection, and our being connected, and these waves of love. And the more we put the attention on the waves of love, and that's what Valentine's Day is really all about, is bringing yourself to be an instrument and an avenue of the highest levels of love, because we know it is now and will always be my expanding conscious awareness that brings a greater good. So here's this idea of this breath that we can take, while we also know we're not finished, that we have made promises to both our high self, both to friends and family and loved ones, and we can fulfill those promises by gently moving and staying present to the sacredness of all life and to the beauty of the life that each one of us has been given, that we have each one been given the full Christ, the full Buddha, the full Atman, the full high self, the full glory of the I am, and we are left free to discover it, because you would not be free if you weren't freely choosing to discover the magnificence of who you are. We talked about that last week, that line from Ralph Waldo Emerson. There is no planet, sun, or star could hold you if you but knew who you are, right? Okay, Casper, you're nice, but we're not done yet. He wants to come up and visit. Okay, so here's this Robert Frost poem. I just love this. Stopping by the woods on a snowing evening. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it's queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there's some mistake. The only other sound's the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep, but I'm going to stop and pause and enjoy this holy moment, enjoy the sounds of the birds around me, to notice the flowers and the vegetation, to feel the livingness of the planet itself, and to know that you are part of it, and that you're contributing to it, and that we've been, as a race, asleep to the unity of all life. There have been saints and sages and mystics and martyrs and wonderful souls who have lived extraordinary lives, sometimes very simple, extraordinary lives, by appreciating the unity of all life and the interconnection of all life. And it's now time for the race to wake up in a bigger way. So God has sent you, or the I Am presence has sent you, or the field of energy that birthed you, that you are in, has sent you, to bring more light, to open your eyes, to pause and enjoy that the woods are lovely, dark, and deep. But we have promises to keep and miles to go before we sleep. So anytime we are pausing to take this holy breath, to belong to the universe, to connect, we are in our right place. And you deserve that holy breath. And you deserve every moment of joy and every moment of sacred awareness that you can You're gonna knock the mic out now. You got to be silly now. Get down, down, right? We deserve this good. We allow this good, and we know that as we focus on it, we're bringing more good. All the joys of heaven on this earth come expanding hour by hour, more and more what of our souls desire. All the joys of living on this earth become expanding as we spend hours and hours being more aware of what our soul desires and moving in that direction. What brings you a higher vibration? What causes you to have joy? What causes you to have gratitude? What causes you to feel connected? What causes you to feel like you belong in the universe? What causes you to feel that you are on purpose, that you are living your life in purpose fulfilled? I choose to comfortably live my life and fulfill my purpose. And by putting my attention on my soul and my soul's awareness, I'm expanding my good. By putting my attention on my soul's desires, and what brings comfort to my soul, by expanding that, we're expanding our consciousness. Every time we can move to the affirmative plane of life and be an instrument that is consciously expanding the light within ourselves, and therefore sharing that light, because you wouldn't expand light and then withhold it to stop at you. The light expanded in you, you want it to go everywhere, yes? You don't see any candle light and say, okay, I just want to light this one little space. No, the candle light will go far. And the more we gather as individual places of light, the more candles we have, the more power our lighthouse has as a consciousness contributing to bringing forth a world that works for everyone. Underneath, there are the underlying arms. In an infinite field potential, where there is the presence of duality, but the presence of duality doesn't make oneness dual. It just makes oneness the one. And then we must know that if the infinite self is eternal, there is something at the very center of the infinite which is harmonious and creates it so that nothing can rise up against it and destroy it. Eternality will always be eternal. And when we align with that which is the harmony at the center of the universe and draw from that principle that we're immersed in, but we draw from by asking, seeking, and knocking. Asking for what it is that we want, moving in the direction of what it is we're seeking, and when we don't get it, hanging in there, perceiving it, and knocking again until the door opens. This is how we move in the world. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. You're watching Coffee with Casper. We gather here every week. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're available 24/7 now, more than 2.5 years of helping, supporting other lightworkers in staying at their highest vibration, in remembering who they are, in practicing a daily program of meditation and affirmative action. Daily we meditate and daily we use our affirmative prayer, our spiritual mind treatment, to use that which is the power for good in the universe to bring good to ourselves, to our friends, to our loved ones, and to everyone who touches the arena of our experience. And what we ask, and what we ask for in exchange, is that you share it. Share this video. If you have gotten anything from it, share it. Make other people aware of it. Invite them to join us. This is a place where we can gather to be reminded of who we are and then turn up our light just a little bit, day by day, inch by inch, and bring more awareness into a world that is seeking to wake up, in a world that is in the midst of transformation from all the other dimensions, all the conscious beings in the world looking at this beautiful little ball floating in space, going, go, humanity, go. Because when the universe is asked for assistance, the place that needs assistance must be the ones asking. So we become the light workers, asking for the wholeness to be revealed in every challenge and situation and circumstance in our lives, knowing that we're being guided through every storm, and at the end of the storm there's a new dawn and a new day and a higher good. This is where we're going. We're always going to be the instruments and avenue through which the light is revealed, because we've chosen to become light workers. We've chosen to identify with our true and eternal nature. We've chosen to go to the center of the hub, to that which is the law of harmony, and move from the law of harmony out into the world to bring more peace, more joy, more love, more beauty, more conscious awareness, until finally the prayer is answered. Peace on earth and goodwill toward humanity and all that is the earth. This is a powerful direction in which to choose to live your life. This is a powerful direction in which to honor your soul, to know that the glory of the Most High is in you, as you, with you, and you are making it manifest in the world. Therefore, healing is happening. Good and more good is pouring into your life. You're making room for that good by feeling it, expanding it, appreciating it, and letting it multiply around you. Good and more good is mine. It multiplies itself around me. This is the right direction. To be a light worker who's constantly working on expanding your consciousness, which is expanding your greater good, and your greater good is expanding good into everyone's life who your life touches. And that's how we work. That's how we roll. That's how we do it. And so we know that this great power that is in you and as you and with you is reminded this week of who you are. That daily you're reminding yourself, daily you're drawing in from the Most High, daily you're making it Valentine's Day to let your love flow. And next week is President's Day in this country. We'll be taking a week off. We'll be back in 2 weeks on Tuesday, but the episodes are out there 24/7 on YouTube and on Facebook. Look for Harry Morgan Moses or Coffee with Casper, or if you see our posters, you have to paste that link. Sometimes the link is not hot, but the information there is accurate. And we're out there doing it. You and me and all of us that participate in this sharing of the light in the world in our own unique way are making a huge difference. And until we meet again, we invite you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Bye for now. Okay, big boy, you want to come up again? We enjoyed being with you. We'll see you live in a couple of weeks. Have a great President's Weekend. Use that power in any way you can to make it universal, and let's bring more joy and more light into the world until we meet again. Bye for now.